this is a tutorial for a lovely Cupid variation. So we're going to be taking it from a side climb into the Cupid variation, then round into a seat, and yeah, just hands off. So it could, you know, if you are more advanced, you could just change some of the ending, maybe for a layback or something like that, just to make it a little bit harder for yourself. So you should definitely already have a side climb, so I won't go through that in too much detail, so go back and check that video out if you need to. Let's just talk about the position of the Cupid from the floor. So obviously you should have a normal Cupid first. So usually when you're in your Cupid, your hips are, this knee is slightly higher than your hip or in line, just depends on your flexibility. But in this move, if I just turn to the side just to show you, in this move I want the knee to be a bit lower, because what I'm going to try and do is reach around for that foot, and it's pretty hard to do if you haven't got the knee low. So that's the first point to consider when you're going up. So there, so it might be high originally, and that's absolutely fine because you can just shift it. So the next thing to think about is obviously that foot will be in contact with the pole, but just stay on the floor for now. So I've got to push my hips forwards as much as I can, because if I keep it back, I'm not going to get that hand around to the foot. But if I push the hips forward, I can reach right round, and then I've got hold of that foot. So I'll just turn around to show you. I've got that position. And then I want to lift through the chest forwards from there, and then release that hand from that foot to bring the hand back on. And then from there, release that leg round, and that's when you come into seat. So let's just go through that one more time, and then we'll take it up the pole. Can't stress enough how important it is to talk through moves from the floor first, just to avoid falling, especially when you train on your own. So we've got that leg, we've gone through our side climb. I'll show you the foot position in a minute. So I'm lowering that knee down slightly, I'm pushing the hip forward, I'm taking a big reach, so don't cut that short. If you just go like that, it's not going to work. You need to open your chest, reach for the foot, hold, 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 bring it back. So you've got to really squeeze with that leg there. You've got to squeeze as much as you can, otherwise you lose the grip. Hand on, as soon as you get the hand on, release, legs into seat. Obviously we're doing that up the pole, so it takes a little bit more. So let's just go through a side climb. You could probably do this from an invert or a split heel climb, so if that's something that you're currently working on, then just switch to side climb for those two moves, just so you can start perfecting them. So let's talk about this bottom foot now. It is actually better on spin pole as well. I've tried this on static, it's doable, but the momentum from the spin helps you get the leg and just all flows nicely. So try spin pole, spinning forwards. I won't get too much spin, just so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go through that side climb, and just to style it out a little bit, I'll just have a little gentle spin to start with this bottom leg, just coming round, just there like that. It's a nice little spin to start. Bring it up into a side climb, pull, hand, inside leg goes up, outside hand comes down, foot goes onto the pole, lift up. So this is the point now where I have to go round to reach the foot, and then left, push the chest forwards, hold, bring it back, release the legs, bring them back on, and then from there, over. And hands back on, to come off. And that's a lovely little combo for you to play with, so go and enjoy.